This was a longish dream for me these days, but unfortunately I could only recall a few odd bits of it on awakening. I seemed to be in a large downstairs room in an equally large old house somewhere. There were a fair number of people there, say 10 to 15 or so, and it seemed to be for some kind of workshop, that is, spiritual or New Age or whatever. I seemed to be on my own, whereas everybody else seemed to know each other and were chatting away in small groups. Then 4 or 5 youngish-looking soldiers entered the room, and various people started talking to them and introducing each other, while I stood to one side silently watching. I felt the need to excuse myself and silently left the room. On returning shortly afterwards, I found all the furniture had been rearranged and everyone was seated, expectantly looking towards an empty area where I presumed some kind of presentation was about to take place. I stood at the back, as it was now standing room only, feeling as so often in such circumstances like the spectre at the feast. The next part of the dream that I can remember found me lying on the floor on my stomach, among a number of others doing likewise, apparently for some new agey purpose. To my left lay a youngish woman. I've no idea how old I was or looked. Being on the real side, age of course meant nothing. The woman moved closer to me until our sides were touching, and I think she said something I either didn't hear or cannot in any case remember, which resulted in my putting my arm round her waist, which seemed to please her. The next and final scene I can recall concerned me driving a car. For once I was not aware of what car, with the woman seated in the passenger seat to my left. In the back sat one of the soldiers, whom I assume we were giving a lift. Then I had to stop at lights or whatever, and the soldier silently got out and was gone, having, as far as I can now gather, said nothing for the duration of the journey. That's the end of the dream, but my thoughts on it. I have to say it does seem that women play a large part in most of my dreams these days, and that more often than not they are in a sympathetic, friendly role. Unlike in the previous dream, I found the female character in this one rather attractive, and I think the more attractive ones are likely to be real guides, as they usually seem to have some message and or directions. They obviously know their job and their client well, and realise a woman is more likely to get my attention than a man. In this dream I feel the guide was pointing the way forward by her presence in the car. The soldiers perhaps represent the establishment of which they are the guardians, and perhaps also adversity, a means of repression. Although I felt no particular menace from them in the dream, I do now recall how I regarded them with cold suspicion and avoided talking to them, or anybody else there, come to that. Why would soldiers be at a presentation of that sort, especially in full uniform? One, it's true, seemed to want to come along with us in the car, but even he seemed to drop out after a certain way.
This planet Earth needs a lot of help from all of us right now. Dean Val of NUUU, Nations United, UNUversal, UNUversity, is contacting people around this world every day to share the importance of the all-natural environment supporting all of us. Dean Val and Duane Lee Heppner.org 501c3 have created CAN, community action network to help all communities become aware of how to be self-sufficient with permaculture and food and rainforests. We are always looking for real people to step up who want to learn what life on this earth is all about. We will be leasing large portions of land to create something wonderful for all communities everywhere. Contact Val Vitals on Skype and Facebook to get involved with what we all can do now, or through the phone number provided or the website in the links. Duane the Great Writer.net. Join us for weekly environment awareness Skypes every Sunday at 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The NUUU, Nations United UNUversal UNUversity, is dedicated to supporting and providing a real purpose and real awareness with the all-natural environment supporting all of us. First comes this earth with food and rainforests, and to protect what is still here. For those who have the awareness to see what is actually taking place here with all the natural devastation, which is also purposely planned by WorldKontrollers, you now have a real opportunity to step up and do something with those who also care about your planet Earth. Duane Lee Heppner has created the NUUU, Nations United UNUversal UNUversity, which completely entails the all-natural environment everywhere, and a real education that has real value, and that far surpasses any commonly created indoctrinating educational system that does not focus on what sustains all of us naturally. Real survival makes sense with everything here that is self-sustaining.